Hey, this is John Hope Bryant, founder of Operation Hope, and I'm sending you a lot of love today. I want you to focus on your money and your health and your money right now in the environment of the coronavirus response. I don't want you to freak out. Freaking out won't help, and it's not even required. What do I mean by that? The vast majority of those watching can step right through this because you have a proper immune system. Those who are at most at risk, call it 20% of society, so 80% of you will be able to step through this, in my opinion. Those who are most at risk have a compromised immune system, and we must take every step to protect our mothers, our fathers, our grandparents, and those who have a compromised immune system. For those who are able-bodied, I want you to keep your immune system up. And I want to keep your financial immune system up too by going to a Hope Financial coach at an Operation Hope location, Hope Inside location near you. We're in 20 plus states. We're also available on a call center if you don't want to come and talk to us directly. We're going to protect our people too, by the way, as best we can. But our people are on the job and they're available to you, and they are certainly available through our call center for Hope Inside. Go to operationhope.org and find a Hope Inside location near you. First next week, we're going to launch our Hope Coalition America Emergency Financial Disaster Response Division, which are an enhancement of our services. But I want you to not have financial stress on top of all the other stresses. What do I mean by that? All these concerts that have been canceled, all of these conferences that have been canceled, the sporting events that have been canceled, the tourism that's been impacted. You got small businesses that are supporting these activities, right? And those small businesses have employees. I don't know if you know this, but most employment in this country is with small businesses. That's where most of the jobs come from. I don't know if you knew that. And if the small businesses are impacted financially, then their employees are impacted too. And it becomes a ripple effect. So if you're having some financial stress or you don't have proper savings to get through a few weeks of economic disruption, then you need to go to one of my Hope Financial coaches right now and to begin to build a budget. You need to download the EFAC that we created at Operation Hope with FEMA, the Emergency Financial First Aid Kit, EFAC, Emergency Financial First Aid Kit, that you can download. It's for free on the FEMA website. It might also be on the Operation Hope website, but certainly on the FEMA website. We created it, EFAC, EFFAK, and begin to fill that out with your family so you have an economic map, financial map of your family's assets, liabilities, and resources. I want you to take one credit card, try to pay it down, and put it aside. Take one credit card, get some limit availability on it, and put it aside, because that's going to be a lifeline for you. I want you to think about having 6 weeks of essential funding for your family set aside. Essential funding, car note, rent or mortgage payment, car note, food, shelter, and essential health care. But those are the things that you have to take care of right now, and everything else you can patch around. Those are your lifelines, and I want you to have enough set aside to fund that activity, fund those bills, preferably for 6 months. I'd like to have you for at least 3 months. Absolutely, you have to have it for 6 weeks. And if you got to borrow money from somebody responsibly, pay it back, then think about doing that. You got to borrow it from a credit card. If you don't have the savings, think about doing that, but make sure you pay your bill and your bills on time. And this is why I continue to talk about the credit score and all that stuff, because all that stuff is now going to come into play. You don't want to have a 300, 400, 500 credit score in the middle of a situation. Now you don't have income. Now you don't have revenue. Now the deal that you're working on fell through, and now you can't go and get credit because your credit's jacked up. You follow me? And that's going to create more stress for you and your health. Back to the coronavirus itself. I want you to not freak out, because freaking out is not going to help you. You're going to pray why worry. You're going to worry why pray. It solves nothing. It just ages you and makes you less happy. Keep your immune system up. Stay isolated. I may do a separate video on this, but let me just do it real quickly here. This video is not too long, so I don't feel like I'm taking up too much of your time. And let me know whether you like this, by the way. Share it with friends. There are at least 2 good reasons to isolate yourself right now and to cooperate with containment efforts It has nothing to do with that your life's about to end or there's some pandemic that's going to kill you tomorrow. All right. Number one, Silicon Valley knows how to start a virus, viral social networks, viral software, viral videos, and they know the way that you do that is contamination, mental, emotional, social contamination. Get everybody talking about it and sharing it and retweeting it. The opposite of that is also true. Shut things down, isolate them, and they don't spread. So that's why you have school districts and everybody else trying to shut down, not because there's some imminent threat that you're going to die tomorrow if you get this, but the way to stop it from spreading so you don't get it is to shut down and to limit the ability for it to spread. The second reason that you're finding folks that are organizations, governments, whatever, shutting this down is there's a lot of risk if they don't. And no one's going to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you this, that there's a fear that, I mean, who's at risk, who's liable if you knew a teacher was infected and you didn't shut down that day and now other kids got infected and other people got infected. Who's liable for that? Who knows? No, we've never been here before. So the answer is the most conservative thing you do is if you know there's an issue, you shut it down. If there's a senior's home and if somebody's infected, what do? You shut it down right away because you don't want family accusing that company of being irresponsible. If you're a major employer, you don't want anybody working in your company in this situation because where there's a potential threat of somebody being infected because is the company now being irresponsible if they knew about it. So the minute the company knows there's an issue, they shut it down. One company I just talked to locked down their key card so not one employee could get in, and I'm talking about a very big company, and that was really, really smart. I've told my employees that you're going to work remotely for the foreseeable future. Technology allows us to do that. I'm talking to you right now by video. So it's just a new way to work, a new way to live. Companies, organizations, governments are doing this because it's the best way to in other words, if you shut everything down right now, you contain this and get the contamination to slow down and get to moderate. You're back in charge, no longer ready, aim, fire. Now it's ready, fire, aim. You now have a plan because we didn't have one before. We can create a containment plan and a plan for how people organize and go to meetings, all that stuff, and release that to the public. The public can have more confidence in that plan, and now you can sort of reemerge versus this trickle effect where you're sort of getting hit and knocked over the head every day with new news of spread that you cannot control. So the containment is not a indication of a problem; it's an indication of a strategy and a solution that we all should be supportive of. The faster we do this, theoretically, the faster this goes away. Did you get that? The faster we contain this and stop the spread, the viral aspect of it, public meetings, public events, football games, basketball games, conferences, events, because you don't know who you're standing next to, you don't know who's sneezing on you, you don't know anything. The faster that we can contain this and then get back to the way of life that you and I treasure so much, which is freedom. I hope this has been helpful. Go see an Operation Hope coach near you. And get your financial life in order, because I don't want you financially stressed out. Everybody should have a financial plan, and then turn this into something positive by spending more quality time with your family for a week or so, getting to know your kids, getting to know your husband and your wife, doing things indoors, maybe catching up on your business and writing down your dreams. Look, you wanted some time? You just got some. John O'Brien, I'm out. Let me know what you think. Spread, share this video, and comment. Love and light. Peace and light.